Hello everyone, I'm Brian Croydragon, and welcome back to Classics for the Family. This week it is The String of Pearls, the first appearance of Sweeney Todd. Now, you must be wondering, why Sweeney Todd? Well, considering that this story was serialized from 1846 to 1847, it's enough of a classic. But would you believe it's been the victim of a setting update more than any story I've actually seen? I'm not joking. The 1936 film, which for the most part was quite faithful, had the setting in 1936 as the framing device, with the actual story itself being in 1836. And then, of course, you have the musical set in 1846. And there's only one screen adaptation that I know of, the 2006 one, that has kept the original 1785 setting. That being the 2006 one, but even then, it's only the 1936 film that actually keeps anything resembling the original story. It keeps Sweeney Todd as a evil villain, as he should be, because this tragic anti-villain nonsense is as I said, nonsense. He's the kind of villain that's meant to be hanged at the end of it. A greedy bastard, as is Mrs. Lovett, not some widow woman in love with some avenging widower nonsense. The best villains are those you feel nothing for. Because if you feel nothing for them, you don't feel bad about voting against them. Alas, the only adaptations I have are the musicals. And I've only got two. This one being an actual screen of a filmed stage production from 1982. You've got Angela Lansbury as Mrs. Lovett, George Hearn as Sweeney Todd, and let me tell you something, at 139 minutes, it definitely is a lot more complete because it's the actual play instead of this 116-minute thing. Stay away from the Johnny Depp one. There aren't really that many good actors in it. The only good actors in it are Helena Bonham Carter, Alan Rickman, and Timothy Spall. This, on the other hand, is filled to the brim with good actors, all of them being capable singers. And let me tell you, taking out the Ballad of Sweeney Todd was Tim Burton's biggest mistake. You have not seen Sweeney Todd unless you've seen a production that has the Ballad of Sweeney Todd, which is the song sung through the whole way. The musical begins and ends with it, with there being reprises the whole way through. Granted, the in-concert version is even better, but I don't have that version. Granted, these might not be the best for showing your young relatives because this is rated 14A and that Johnny Depp Tim Burton trash is 18A. So, go for an actual filmed stage production. Stay away from the Johnny Depp film. And the best thing about the in-concert version is that George Hearn actually reprises his role of Sweeney Todd. And there's some songs that didn't make it into this production that are actually kept in. Yes, even that is guilty of cutting some songs. The in-concert version is really amazing, but when it comes to fidelity from the source material, the only one I've noticed that has any resemblance to the plot is the 1936 one, which stars Todd Slaughter as Sweeney Todd. And yes, that is his actual name, but if memory serves correctly, his birth name was actually William Slaughter. I can't remember if he just changed his name to Todd or if Todd was his middle name, but either way, it's fitting. And granted, the demon barber doesn't end up hanging, but he ends up dying in his own barber shop and it's set on fire. And Mrs. Lovett, well, Sweeney doesn't end up poisoning her, but he kills her nonetheless. That is the one you should look for. And it actually keeps Sweeney's original way of killing people. The trap door. 90% of people die by their necks breaking. The other 10, you know what the other 10% get. They get the razor. I'll see you next week.